Section 1. A Dangerous Escalation. Written by Christian Amanpour from Amanpour & Company. The Middle East, a region perpetually on edge, has once again become a tinderbox. On date of the most recent missile exchange, tensions between Israel and Iran erupted into open conflict. A barrage of missiles, allegedly fired from Syrian territory, rained down upon Israeli soil. This attack, the most significant in recent years, marked a dangerous escalation in the long-standing shadow war between the two adversaries. The Israeli Defense Forces, or IDF, were quick to respond, launching retaliatory airstrikes against targets within Syria. The IDF claimed these targets were Iranian military infrastructure, asserting their right to self-defense against what they perceived as an act of aggression. The back-and-forth exchange of fire, while seemingly contained for now, has sent shockwaves throughout the region and beyond. This latest conflagration is not an isolated incident but rather another chapter in a protracted and complex geopolitical struggle. The rivalry between Israel and Iran, fueled by historical grievances, ideological differences, and a struggle for regional dominance, has long threatened to ignite a broader conflict. The recent missile exchange has brought these simmering tensions to a boiling point, raising fears of a wider war with potentially catastrophic consequences. The international community watched with bated breath as the situation unfolded, acutely aware of the potential for this conflict to spiral out of control. The spectre of a regional war, drawing in various actors and engulfing the Middle East in chaos, is a chilling prospect that has prompted urgent calls for restraint and de-escalation. Israel, no stranger to conflict, boasts one of the most sophisticated missile defense systems in the world, the Iron Dome. This system, battle-tested and proven effective, sprang into action as sirens blared across Israeli towns and cities. The Iron Dome batteries, strategically positioned across the country, tracked the incoming projectiles and intercepted a significant number of them mid-air. The effectiveness of the Iron Dome undoubtedly mitigated the potential damage and casualties. Israeli authorities reported minimal damage to infrastructure and, crucially, no loss of life. The system, while unable to intercept every single projectile, demonstrably saved lives and prevented widespread destruction. However, the success of the Iron Dome should not overshadow the psychological impact of such an attack. The sight of missiles streaking across the sky, the deafening roar of explosions, and the constant fear of being caught in the crossfire have left their mark on Israeli citizens. The trauma of living under constant threat is a heavy burden to bear. The recent attack serves as a stark reminder of the ever-present danger faced by Israelis and the constant need for vigilance. It also underscores the importance of investing in and maintaining a robust defense system capable of countering evolving threats. Adding another layer of complexity to the already volatile situation is the involvement of Hezbollah, the powerful Iran-backed Shiite militant group based in Lebanon. Hezbollah, with its close ties to Iran and a long history of conflict with Israel, represents a significant force in the region. The group's actions and rhetoric often serve as a bellwether for Iranian intentions. In the aftermath of the missile exchange, Hezbollah issued statements condemning Israel's actions and pledging unwavering support for its allies in Tehran. While Hezbollah did not claim direct responsibility for the initial missile barrage, its pronouncements raised concerns about its potential involvement in future escalations. Hezbollah's arsenal, believed to include a vast array of rockets and missiles capable of striking deep within Israeli territory, adds a dangerous dimension to the conflict. The group's willingness to engage in direct confrontation with Israel, as demonstrated in previous conflicts, raises the spectre of a multi-front war. The potential for Hezbollah to open a second front against Israel from Lebanon is a nightmare scenario that keeps Israeli military planners up at night. Such a development would dramatically escalate the conflict, drawing Lebanon into the fray and potentially igniting a wider regional war. Section 4. The world reacts with concern. The international community, long wary of the volatile dynamics in the Middle East, reacted to the Israel-Iran missile exchange with a mixture of condemnation and apprehension. The United Nations, through its various bodies, issued urgent calls for restraint and de-escalation, urging all parties to exercise maximum restraint and avoid actions that could further inflame the situation. The United States, a staunch ally of Israel, expressed unwavering support for Israel's right to self-defense, while also emphasizing the need for de-escalation. The Biden administration, walking a tightrope between supporting its ally and preventing a wider conflict, engaged in intense diplomatic efforts to defuse the situation. Russia, with its own strategic interests in the region and close ties to Iran, called for dialogue and a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Moscow, often playing the role of mediator in the Middle East, urged all sides to engage in constructive negotiations and find a diplomatic solution. The European Union, echoing the concerns of the international community, expressed deep concern over the escalation of violence and its potential to destabilize the entire region. The EU, while acknowledging Israel's security concerns, also emphasized the need for a proportionate response and a return to dialogue. Section 5. Charting the uncertain path ahead. As the dust settles from the latest exchange of fire, the path ahead remains fraught with uncertainty. The underlying tensions that sparked this latest conflagration, Iran's nuclear ambitions, its regional ambitions, and its unwavering support for groups like Hezbollah, remain unresolved. Israel, determined to prevent Iran from establishing a permanent military presence in Syria and acquiring nuclear weapons, will likely continue to pursue a policy of targeted strikes against Iranian assets and proxies. These actions, while intended to deter Iran, carry the inherent risk of miscalculation and escalation. Iran, for its part, will likely continue to bolster its military capabilities and expand its influence in the region, viewing Israel as an existential threat. Tehran, undeterred by Israeli strikes, seems determined to challenge Israel's regional dominance and advance its own agenda. The potential for miscalculation, unintended consequences, and a rapid escalation of hostilities looms large. The volatile mix of regional actors, competing interests, and the ever-present threat of miscalculation creates a dangerous environment where even a small spark could ignite a major conflagration. Section 6. The broader stakes for the Middle East. The recent flare-up between Israel and Iran is not merely a bilateral dispute. It represents a microcosm of the broader geopolitical struggle playing out in the Middle East. The region, already grappling with multiple conflicts, humanitarian crises, and political instability, can ill afford another devastating war. A wider conflict, engulfing the entire region, would have catastrophic consequences, not only for the Middle East, but also for the international community. The human cost, the economic fallout, and the potential for the conflict to spill over into other regions make it imperative to find a peaceful resolution. The international community has a crucial role to play in preventing further escalation and fostering a more stable and secure Middle East. Diplomacy, dialogue, and a concerted effort to address the root causes of conflict are essential to achieving a lasting peace. The stakes are high and the path ahead is fraught with challenges. However, the pursuit of peace and stability in the Middle East, while arduous, is a goal worth striving for.